unlocking that for themselves to be able to block out that Ornn ultimate has been so common throughout the different regions, LCK, NA, EU, to be picking Braum into Ornn because of that. Ornn, obviously, we have to remember, can still go support. We did see Hakuo play it. Can more commonly go top lane, and which is what I am expecting, but you obviously have the opportunity to swap that around if Zig thinks that he has perhaps a very strong counter pick for Gnar or something along those lines.
Junglers all the way down to phase 2 picks as they're going to get pinched slightly here. Possibly another support on the side from Team Liquid to make sure Elimination has a tough time, and it is his Morgana. Been playing that quite strong lately. And what is Optic Gaming's final ban?
Could be looking at something like an Alistar. I mean, there are options to deal with that if it goes through, but Alistar Kalista has been such a powerful combo for so long, really since the champion was first introduced into the game. Kalista has always comboed extremely well. Alistar is very strong in this meta.
Like a Hex Flash.
Exactly. Extremely powerful initiation, not only with the Hex Flash, but with the Fate's Call, Kalista Ultimate, giving you another engaged opportunity. So I think it is a very smart ban here from Optic to deny that sort of a combo.
All right, Team Liquid looking for a jungler. Possibly could leave that up to Xmithie to hold out the game. Olleh has also been known to get some counter picks on his teams as well.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much attention on jungle in the picks and bans, just the Gragas really. But things like Eve and Jarvan are available. Things like the Rengar that we saw a number of times is available. So there still is a lot of options coming out for the junglers.
Nice, that Thresh Kalista combo coming out. Bit of safety, bit of Fate's Call to get in and out with that Lantern as well in either play.
This is pretty interesting, though, for Xmithie to be saved the last pick. Tells me that he has somewhat of a conditional pick, something that if the other team is running perhaps too squishy of a team, you can go for a Rengar. If not, you go for a tank, things like that. And that is a little bit of a tell, but you're not exactly sure what the conditions Team Liquid is looking for. If you are Optic, you can try to disrupt this a little bit by maybe going for something more well-rounded. Maybe if you're worried about them taking the Sejuani, you could grab that up here or something along those lines, but you're just trying to limit your opponent's options and think what Xmithie is waiting for. Why do they save the last pick for the jungler? And Jarvan is a very good overall jungle pick here for Acadian. You can go full tank, you can go more aggressive builds also, and it is going to be the Sejuani, so really two very powerful team fighting combos on either side. And it seems like it's going to be less about the tempo in the early games, more about the mid-game team fighting, more about, that sort of coordination than it is about just purely dominating these lanes.
Currently looking at the teams, I feel like Optic Gaming is going to have somewhat of a fast fight. If they do, if Cosmic Radiance wears off, I feel like Team Liquid might be able to walk around that, figure out that timing, and continue to add the damage. It's not exactly, we're going to hit you and pop you from Team Liquid. They're fine to fight a long fight.
They certainly are, and while we have been seeing generally very passive bottom lanes with Fleet Footwork, with Relic Shield and Overheal, as Irene was talking about in his segment earlier, Kog'Maw and Taric is still exploitable. This is a Thresh plus Kalista. They are playing with Ignite, so that is one of the most powerful early game AD carries and an aggressive support. So if Olleh can get those hooks onto the right targets, if you're bringing in a jungler with the Lantern, that is certainly one area of attack I would be looking at for Team Liquid. And if their bottom lane can dominate, maybe you can turn this kind of late game composition that Optic is trying to craft into someone that can never really get there.
Get that Arrow MVP back in the lists. Get a volley of him going, and you'll get that MVP back out. Optic Gaming, you see their squad on the table looking to do what they can against Team.
If Optic is going to want to try a challenge, they're coming over.
Pinched on both sides, no Cosmic Radiance from the supports. Mike goes down to Xmithie. That's the stopwatch, and he is surrounded by 3. He'll be going down. And that's going to be first blood going over to Arrow for the Ocean Drake to the side of TL.
Yeah, and that is the exact person you want that first blood on. Get it onto the hyper carry, and that is the result of the pressure.
They go for the zone immediately onto the stopwatch. Ultimates are being dodged and routed in this fight, but the kill still comes in through Pobelter, and it looks like the 1-for-1 will stop there, but Optic still pushes by.
Optic has the health advantage. They have gotten a couple of members down low, and they're going to look to push for this turret. They want to knock down the first turret here.
Olleh looking for a hook, but is there a follow-up? Fate's Call is used. The box is used. They can't really crowd control much of what's there. Not going to attack anybody. Zig gets out without turret aggro. Very smartly played, and it looks like Arrow gets the Void Ooze down to separate the fight. Impact pushing top the whole time.
Yeah, Impact does knock down the first turret there. TL able to hold on, and because of that, they have a gold advantage, but Acadian!
Pulls the rug right out from under Xmithie as he feels like he's safe to get a little bit of vision for Doublelift and Olleh to farm, but it was not safe yet.
What an explosive game. The rotations made so...
Not considering that Optic was going to do that. That was just an all-out, very well done play. A little overconfidence, maybe even on Pobelter's.
Oh, they're going for the engage again.
And TL feels like they want to get it back right away. The jungler right in the back pocket of this bot lane. That's what we figured would happen all game. McSmithy trying to come up with a kill. Pobelter solidifies that one for himself. It's now elimination. It's going to be in the eyes of Doublelift. The Malefic Visions picks up another one. Will Double get one for himself. That's going to be the stopwatch going down, and McSmithy picks up number 3 in the bot lane as it's 4-3 overall.
Nice roams again there from TL, getting vision. Make your opponents make a bad choice, limit their options, and kind of choose those fights, because Optic is going to try to stay safe.
Oh, there's that hook. Well, 1-2 hit.
Nice
Double
shockwave.
Shockwave. Cosmic Radiance comes down on a good initiation. Cataclysm onto McSmithy and Pobelter locked in. Pobelter forced the flash to teleport now.
Oh, the Orn ulti.
Impact. That's the dodge, but it's the brittle on to Pobelter. No follow-up, however, as the distance is too long from Optic to TL now.
Much tougher team. TL is still in the gold lead, still has a lot of options as a nice hook does land on Arrow. They're going to go for it.
Olleh in. Forge got beautiful hit back. They don't even want these fights that they're grabbing. The vision didn't spread past the hook, and they didn't know what they were getting themselves into.
I mean, Olleh just takes the hook when he hits the carry blind, but there's 5 members there from Optic, and jumping the gun on that one was Olleh. He's going to get knocked down very quick. TL immediately realizes nothing they can do. Finding a pick, getting the vision, having that hook that they don't see, or something along those lines. But they're looking for a pick on Pobelter.
Katie to Pobelter. Power of Evil instantly cleanses that one out, and that is going to be one dead POB. Impact
in the
now.
bad spot.
The first bad spot he's been in. Really going to be bad if he goes down. He's been having a free game up top. Dark Passage to the light as Impact flashes to safety. The shield comes in now from the locket, and they are...
Take advantage of this top lane wave.
Yeah, the attack speed feels so slow without the Hurricane. Just watch him. He does get it, which it proves even more of how much Optic is holding if it's going to take Kog'Maw that much longer.
Oh, TL's looking to flank here. They're going to go for the engage. Arrow's not with them.
2-man stun, elimination right in the middle. Olleh is on the back. Doublelift has Power of Evil in his eyes. He rends him down. But now, Acadian and everybody in the back line. Doublelift has the entire enemy team in his eyes. And TL is just dogpiling on top of Optic. Team Liquid turns the game back in their favor. Baron is theirs.
Yeah, it's going to be straight. There's no way to contest this with the Kalista, even though Acadian is still alive here. Olleh will zone to make sure, and just a nice catch there from TL, but Optic posturing too aggressively, not knowing if they were on the Baron, but Arrow wasn't with them. You can't afford to...
We do get Zig in. Flash as well, quickly out as he did not like.
And that's Jericho been down, but they may have
caught him. Big hit. That's going to be elimination going down. Yeah, like they said, if it's a long fight after Cosmic Radiance, this is going to be the fight for Liquid. They're able to just turn each member of Optic into that pincushion. Doublelift and the rest of the team now dogpiling again onto Optic after the Elder Drake. Pobelter very low as the fight almost turns in the favor of Optic. But you look back at the health bars of Team Liquid, and it was never to be.
Team Liquid with the clean ace, and they could potentially just go for the win here. Run it down mid lane. They have the mini waves pushing. They could go for a couple inhibitors. They could look to try to end, but Optic really mismanaged their ultimates in that fight, was not able to get what they needed to get, and Liquid come out with the clean ace and an insane advantage.
Strength in the late game, understanding these very, very particular fights. It's going to be Team Liquid out of the Nexus turrets now, 12-6. One final kill coming down, and that is going to be elimination back onto the fountain. Nexus turret 2 is going down, and that's going to be the Nexus. Team Liquid start off week number 1 of the 2018 season 2-0.
A great first week from Liquid, but Optic made them sweat. That was a very competitive game down to the very end. Liquid out-executed in the final team fight. They take a clean team fight ace. That gets them the win, but this was a very competitive game. Despite the fact that Optic goes down 0-2, they are, having some hope. This was certainly something that they can build upon.
I said it right in the beginning of the game.